Hello and welcome. Today I would like to share with you my top 10 lifestyle books of all times. Over 2.5 decades living in Canada, I have amassed a big library of lifestyle books. And most of them didn't stay around because I would take what I needed and declutter and get rid of the book and just move on. But these 10 seem to linger and seem to stay. And I keep coming back for more inspiration, for more knowledge. And today I'd like to share all of them with you. So shall we? And book number 1 is this, Nourish. It's written by 3 ladies, I think they're all friends, Amber Rose, Sadie Frost, and Holly Davidson. The whole half of the book is dedicated to recipes. And guys, these recipes are delicious. They're healthy, they're classy, they're well presented, they look at the really look well at the table. And anything I would try from what Amber is sharing with us was superb. The second chapter is called Superwoman, and it has all kind of different useful things. For example, face massage, coconut oil pulling. You know, when you chew coconut oil and it reduces inflammation on your gums, whitens your teeth, and costs you nothing. It's just amazing. Mindset, feng shui, lots of genuine, authentic advice from their real lives. I didn't really get to the last chapter. It's called Fit Woman because I just didn't see the need to be even better than what they already made me be. But anyway, the book is absolutely gorgeous. This is already my second copy. The first one was stained and torn and was so just abused over the years, and I felt like going out there and buying another one, pristine condition, new copy, because the way it's printed is so aesthetically pleasing. I sometimes get just get it for the sake of pleasure, going through the pages, looking at these gorgeous illustrations. The pages are silky, but not silky in a cheap way. It has that matte finish that is so expensive. It's like you are in, I don't know, in very expensive hotel, browsing menu in a very expensive Michelin restaurant. Yeah, those are sensations that I get by using Nourish. The second book is written by Christie Brinkley, Timeless Beauty. Mind you, I didn't buy it because of Christie Brinkley. I didn't even know who Christie Brinkley was. I grew up with fashion models like Linda Evangelista, Claudia Schiffer, Cindy Crawford. So Christie Brinkley was a bit ahead of my generation, and I picked it because when I looked through it, I thought, wow, this book is so well organized. There's so many chapters that have this nice colorful breakdown, tables, charts, some systemic approach. That's what really got me. And then of course I learned who Christie Brinkley was and is, and I thought, wow, I'm actually quite excited. You know, one thing is when it's a 20-year-old chick telling you, look at me, but quite another that it's a 60-year-old woman that has something to share with you for sure. With this book, what I liked was its great systemic organization. It starts with a mindset. Like with the Nourish, what I didn't really like, it was lots of stuff about food, then Superwoman that has a lot of things, and then Fit Woman that just has that strength training, seems like it. I would reorganize it all, and that Nourish one, that book didn't really have flow for me. And this flow I got from Timeless Beauty because it all starts with mindset. Then Christie Brinkley goes into food and shares these great recipes with you. Not too much, not half of the book, but just enough to give you a good menu for 7 days, a week, which is another actually a benefit to me, because if you give me 50 recipes, I would sit and think, which one would I use today? But when you're giving me a lunch menu, a breakfast menu, a dinner menu for the next week, it's a bit easier on the side of the choice. Number 2 was food. Number 3 is exercise, her exercise routine. Then she talks about skincare. And this is where I was a little bit disappointed. I was so looking forward to this makeup section, because by then I already knew that Christie Brinkley is this top-notch fashion model, and I wanted to learn few things on makeup, on fashion, on presenting, putting yourself together. And I thought, come on, Christie, teach me. And I was a bit disappointed that in this whole section on skincare, on makeup, she is pitching her own skincare line. I'm sure it's a great product, but I didn't pay $45 to buy this book to be sold in the middle of it. Some skincare product that I have no knowledge of, and it's really my good faith is taken, I guess, for granted. I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all. I thought it would be nice to know fashion and makeup tricks. I like the fact that she endorses Laura Mercier. This is the product I'm using for many years. NARS, Clarins, but most of the product that she shares is her own line. I think it's too much. It's either I'm paying for your advice, but paying you to sell me your cream, it just was a bit too far. Nevertheless, the book is beautifully organized. It has tons of inspirational pictures. But you know, when I look at Christie Brinkley when she was very, very young, I actually don't find her that attractive. Again, it doesn't resonate with my generation. But when I look at her at 60, and I get it. Actually, she doesn't even hide it that she has this hair extension, which I found quite charming. The way she shows how she stores her hair extensions on the hangers. It was a fun thing to learn. All in all, I think she's a superb role model and very inspirational. Okay, enough about this. Next one is Chakra project. I like chakras in general. I like the idea of dividing your body and soul and spirit into some kind of departments. And it's root chakra, it's sacral, it's solar plexus, heart, throat, third eye, and crown. And I like the fact that these chakras are presented by different signs and different colors, and attaching foods and yoga practices and even crystals and essential oils according to different chakra. It seems to be like a charming idea to me. First of all, it helps to again compartmentalize abyss of all different choices and at least stick them into different departments. The book is not too detailed on some metaphysical aspect of chakras and not too shallow. It's just right in the middle for me. And look at this great pictures on food, on different foods according to color. Just this alone was worth for me to have this Chakra project book. The next one will be about food. It's this one. It was super affordable. It's written by Holmes, and every recipe is a hit. whatever I tried, you see how many bookmarks I made. Anything I cooked, I made, was always a hit. I like the fact that they're using superb photography, and because farmhouse is my favorite style, I like this old barns and rubber boots and chalk painted furniture. It really resonates with me, and photography of the book is in this particular style, so it talks to me on some soul hard inspirational level, not just supplying me with good recipes. Absolutely amazing. I like that it gives you some cooking foundation at the beginning, just organizing your fridge or organizing your pantry, organizing your spices, because it's very difficult to start cooking from scratch when you have no experience, when you have no prep. And this was what was deterring me for a very, very long time from cooking, because I would start with a recipe and I don't have this, I don't have that. When the right approach to home cooking, I think, is to get organized first, to have your chic kitchen, and then learning recipes is really fun. Another really good cooking book, it's not really about cooking, it's about this batch cooking. So it's not any particular diet or any particular recipes. It's approach how you can take your home made meal preparation to the next level, almost like industrial production food. And book gives you foundational suggestions how you compartmentalize proteins, vegetables, carbs, spices, and mix and match different things. Spend 2-3 hours a week cooking, freezing, storing, and then you can live your life. I'm not using too much of batch cooking. Actually, the only thing I batch cook is bone broth. I spend 6-8 hours every 3 months. Actually, I don't stand 6 hours by the stove looking at the broth. Obviously, I throw everything and it cooks on its own. But the labor intensive thing about this is just separating everything, taking these bones out. Not not exciting thing. But what is exciting is that I have about 8 liters of broth that I freeze. I don't freeze all 8, maybe I freeze 6 liters, and then I have this in my freezer for a good few months to last me. So that's my batch cooking. And I know Stephen is doing his favorite meals in a batch cooking style as well, and it saves us a lot of money. If you have kids, if you work full-time, if you have pets, if you have a busy life, I think I would invest time into learning batch cooking processes, because it's money, time saving must. Otherwise you'll just go broke cooking every day. All right, next book about food is Clean Soups. I like it because there are so many interesting soups you can make, and because I make this bone broth and dedicating a lot of time to it and just get it out of the way every 3 months, it's kind of fun to then take broth you already have and just add different vegetables, different mix, different spices. There are a lot of puree style soups. You do pumpkin or squash or carrots, fry it with onions, put broth in it, certain spices, and then just immerse in blender, and you get soup to die for. Very easy. I didn't know that cooking soup is really it's really about two processes. First is this broth preparation, and then soup itself. And that's why I never really cooked when I was much younger. It was always a chore. Oh my God, try to do soup from scratch. It's really difficult. But when you dedicate time and you have this broth ready, then taking few cubes of those frozen broth and mixing it with the feature of the week, I think it's fun. And this book gives a lot of ideas about many different soups. I love cleaning my home, but sometimes I, like everybody else, feel overwhelmed, feel used, and feel like Miss Patmore from Downton Abbey, and I don't want to do anything. And when I have those moments that I'm just, don't, like, leave me alone, I don't want to do it, I have this magical pill. It's a complete book of home organization. I pick it up intentionally and just browse it, the pages, the way information is presented, the advice itself, not too detailed, but snappy, to the point, very practical. I look through it. I always find something I missed the first time, and that's why I keep this book for now over a decade. I keep coming back to it. And when I look at these pages, a pantry, a kitchen, living room, all the cupboards, gosh, I want to live in these pages. And in turn, it motivates me to pick myself up and create this beauty in my own home. It's a magical book. It has about 160 little tips, and I would say it's not a wishy-washy kind of generic common sense things. A lot of them were genuine aha moments for me. I would definitely recommend this to any young family, and or if you're single as well, of course. But if you are wondering what to give as a home warming gift, that's a great gift. I wish I had more of them. I would just use them forever and ever as home warming gifts for people. Yeah, it's a beautiful book. The next one is Clean Mama's Guide to a Peaceful Home. This is not the actual book. I tore apart what I needed from Becky Rapinchuk's book and organized I kind of built it into my home upkeep binder. And what can I say? I do things differently than Becky, but hey, I'm 50 years old. I don't have little kids anymore. I have time and I have certain habits as well. But what Becky did, that is absolutely genius, she compartmentalized home cleaning into annual, seasonal, monthly, weekly, and daily activities. And she's very specific what you do every day, like dishes, counters, maybe laundry if you have a big family, what you do every week, what you do every month, and so on and so on. What I got on my own too is monthly and seasonal cleaning. I had this binder for a while now, where I have 12 months and January, February, March, and at the beginning of every month I open my months ahead and I see, furnace filters, cleaning of the air conditioner, duct cleaning, 2 years ago, we have to do it again. It helps me to have some system in my home upkeep and keep all the information, all the dates, when I did what, in order. I like my cleaning binder for that. What I didn't do is systematic cleaning on a weekly basis. And what Becky does, she has this genius approach that Mondays are to clean bathrooms. Tuesdays is all about dusting. Wednesday is vacuuming. So you take a tool and you do it all over your house. And then Thursday, wash floors, and so on and so on. My approach is different. I actually take my home floor plan and I move from top of the plan all the way to the bottom, then the second floor, then the basement, and I cover every nook and cranny of my house in usually 2 weeks time. I dedicate 1 hour per day to do some specific cleaning, and it could be master bedroom, and then it would be living room, then it would be office. And I know it's not as efficient as the way Becky does it, because I would have to have a caddy and I would have to have a vacuum cleaner and a duster and this and this and that, and do it all different activities in one premise. Her way is one activity in all premises. My way is all activities in one premise. My way is not efficient, but it's more fun for me because it's mindful. I think, let's say today it's my office day and it's not much cleaning to be done. Of course, dusting, of course, some decluttering, but it gives me the time to think, oh, maybe I should sell this old shelf, or maybe I can improve this system here. Where I think if you do one activity across the whole house, you don't have this precious moment for focusing on more mindful home upkeep. But again, if you have kids, little kids, if you're working full time, if you have to have job done, you don't have luxury of mindfully sitting and meditating. Oh, how can I improve my office? All right, so Becky Rapinchuk, amazing lady with your Clean Mama's Guide to Peaceful Home. And what I think is great about her book, that all of you would take it to your own level. You don't have to copy everything to a T, but just to see the systematic approach to cleaning. I think that alone is totally worth to look into it. Book number 9, No Spent Days. I picked it up when I was in Winners and I had to buy something like socks for Steven, something mundane, something not luxury, but I had a mantra. I'm not spending any more money, and yet I got this book which was $4 or $5 and I never looked back. It actually teaches us how many things we are missing in life. We can draw, we can write poetry, we can learn a song, we can play Scrabble, we can build little raft and put it down the river, we can play tennis in the community park. Oh my God, we can do so much without spending a dime. I think every North American person, especially middle class person, that doesn't know anymore how you can enjoy life by not spending any money, gotta have something like this. I keep this book in my glove compartment in the car, and sometimes just jotting down ideas and putting different thoughts how I can spend quality time without spending money. Now I am going to present you my most cherished book of all times is this, 30 Slim Days by Fiona Ferris. I'm going to do a separate review on Fiona Ferris's book because it definitely deserves it. When you look at these pages, you see there is not a single page that I haven't highlighted, and it's hard to impress me because I know a lot. I'm an old woman. At some point I needed to get a set of markers because everything that I was highlighting was yellow. I had an impression that I am with my best friend on a hiking trip, and we walk and we talk and we share ideas and we share thoughts and fears and hopes. It's just so well written, so personal. And yes, she doesn't share any pictures, any charts, any of those things. But the way I compensated for this, I actually was creating my own Instagram posts, trying to crystallize Fiona's ideas into my own images. And all in all, it's actually more useful than she would be sharing her own pictures. And sometimes when you see too many of those pictures, it gets annoying, because you don't want it to be about the author. You really wanted this self-help book to be about you. So from that point of view, maybe it's a good idea she doesn't have anything. But I wanted more of Fiona. I wanted more of color in this book. That's why I created this, where I connected everything I learned over my 50 years into a flow. Don't give me 50 recipes. Don't give me 50 exercise routines. Give me one thing at a time. Today, I am planning my scheduler. Tomorrow, I'm organizing my gym bag. Next day, I'm cleaning up my closet. Just all the junk, all the gunk out. Then I create my chic kitchen, which is not even a one day. You have to organize your freezer, you have to organize your fridge, you have to organize your pantry, and do so much before you can go with the right grocery list and create your new shopping list and get the new food for new you. And if you think you're gonna wake up on Monday and eat well and exercise, it's not gonna happen. You have to give yourself at least 1 or 2 weeks to prepare yourself for this Monday, to clear up all the junk out of your life, digital clutter, physical clutter, clothes you're no longer wearing or doesn't flatter you or doesn't make you happy, all the stuff around you. Just get rid of it first and organize it in a way that it actually will help you to be good, rather than always jumping over the hoops, trying to overcome yourself. And this is why I put Best Self Guide together. It's not a book. It's not like you're in a living room with your best friend, with Fiona. I go very briefly through things I need to go, and mainly giving you the to-dos and templates and schedulers and things that I would give myself if I knew how 20 years ago. I would say, take 1 month off and just do one thing at a time, reorganize your life, rewrite your neurological paths in the brain so that you get used to the right things and never come to that old way of living again. Thank you very much. Bye for now.